can't live in California and not know how to surf. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys a brief overview about the history of surfing and how it began, and maybe even yourselves can learn how to begin to surf. My hope with this speech is that you guys have a little more knowledge about surfing than you did before. Maybe even yourselves can grab a board and get into the ocean someday. Surfing began in the Hawaiian Islands by the Polynesian people. These people rode wooden boards that they found on the ground, carved from palm trees or other branches. This began in about 400 AD. Even more recently, surfing has become a professional sport around the world. This sport is organized by the WSL, also known as the World Surf League. These surfers travel around the world to about 12 or so locations and are crowned a world champion on the men's side and the women's side each year. Even more recently, surfing was inducted into the Olympics. Hawaii's Chris Amore and Brazil's Italo Ferreira both won gold in their categories this year. Right here is my personal board. This is my high performance shortboard called the Lost Subdriver, and I'll go over the different parts of the board. Right here is going to be the nose of the board. Here's the midsection with the wax right here for extra grip, as the board by itself is super slippery. Right here is the traction pad for even more grip on the back foot, and down here at the bottom is the tail. These two sides right here are going to be called the rail, and that's what you lean into while doing a turn. These three fins right here are used to help with traction in the water, and so your board doesn't slide away from under your feet. Right now, I'm going to teach you guys how to stand up on a surfboard. To begin, you're going to want to paddle outside to the farthermost point you can, right before the waves break. When you see a wave breaking, you're going to paddle with the force of the wave, so if the waves come in here, you're going to be paddling with it. As soon as you feel yourself getting into the slope, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to paddle, and as soon as you feel yourself going down, get to your feet like that. This motion is super similar to a burpee. After you stand up, you can do other things. You can pull into a barrel, you can do turns, but those things are pretty complicated, so we're going to take it one step at a time. After you finish your wave, you're either going to wipe out, or you're going to jump off your board. After that, you need to figure out a way to get back to the outside so you can catch more waves and keep the fun going. To do that, you're going to grab your board, get back on it, and as soon as you see a wave coming towards you, what you're going to do is you're going to push the nose down, and as soon as you feel that water rush over you, you're going to put your pressure on your knee, on your tail of your board. That's going to pop the board right back up and through the back of the wave. There are many different types of surfboards. You have the longboard, the fish, the fun board, lots of other boards. But this board right here is the most common type of surfboard for intermediate to advanced surfers. I hope today that you guys got a little more knowledge about surfing than you did before. Maybe even yourselves can get out there and catch some waves. Thank you guys.